Why hello friends, it's me, Fox. Planner girl. Extraordinaire. World's okayest planner, maybe? Anyway, last week was actually a pretty good week. And it was a lot of fun. And this week is going to be the first week of August, which, where the fuck did my summer go? I don't know, I honestly don't know. Anyway, this is one of those weeks where half of the week is one month and half is the other month. And when you get the colorful planners from Erin Condren as opposed to the neutral planners, then you have two different color schemes to work with. Thankfully, it's summer and blue and gold always fucking go together for sunflowers, and I love sunflowers. So this is the planner kit that I am working with this week. This is the Sunflower Chic kit from La La Land Studio. I will link to the shop on Etsy below in the comments. And I'm trying to decide where I want to start. Let's start with date covers. So real talk, I'm a huge fan of Oh Hello stationery. That's these little dudes that I use every week for my work shifts, and also Blobby. And I started following her YouTube channel finally this week, and I found out that she doesn't like date covers. And I was like, no! How could you say such a thing? I was like, let me teach you about date covers. Maybe you just haven't had the right date cover. So anyway, I still love her and I still love everything. And I actually signed up for her subscription box because her stuff is awesome. I got the one in May, I believe, which is the outer space one, because every week I find an excuse to talk about why I love space and how much I love it. So I got that one and I just loved it, so I decided to sign up for the monthly boxes. So if I can ever get my shit together in my life, I would like to start making more than one planner video a week, and that second planner video that I make could at some points be an unboxing of the Oh Hello box, now that I'm getting that every month. So it's super cute stuff, but I guess I will never find any date covers in there. And for that, I'm a little sad and wistful, I must admit, because I love my date covers. I think it depends a lot on what you do with your planner. So I do functional planning in here, but mostly I do just cute, creative stuff that makes me feel happy. And so with that, it's like scrapbooking. Like, you can never be like, I added too many embellishments to my scrapbook. You'd be like, oh my God, there's so much shit on this page and it's all beautiful. You know, that's how you would feel. Okay, I'm cracking up right now because Sunday did not cut on the silhouette for some reason. So I have to pause for a moment and cut that out. This is gonna be one of those videos that's like 40 minutes when I started, and I have to cut it down to like 20 minutes because there's just bullshit all over the place. Anyway, that was a new one, having one little sticker box that did not go through the silhouette. And this is why I have a silhouette, because this takes forever. Back in my early planner days, circa 2016-ish, I didn't have fancy things like silhouettes, and then I had a silhouette, and for like 3 months all I did was cuss at it and not understand why it wouldn't work. But then, you know, you learn. Everything in life is on a learning curve. It just depends on how steep that curve is, how sharp that curve is, whatever. Everything in life is on a curve. That's what you learn. There we go. I don't even remember what I was talking about, so if it was important and I fucked it up, I'm sorry. Last week was a pretty good week. I had a lot of nice stuff going on. The zoo was so much fun. Okay, let me tell you the animals that we got to meet, and I'll show you pictures as I'm setting down this stuff. First of all, they let me walk a little alpaca around with a leash, and I was talking to him like he was a shelter dog. His name was O. Henry. Then we met Rihanna the porcupine. She was fucking adorable. Look at her little hands. And then we met Sienna, the snake, who's gigantic. And I just want to say this right now, Britney Spears, I know you were like in fabulous shape that year at the MTV Music Awards, but girl, you were lifting that snake like she didn't weigh anything, and having now lifted a snake, well, part of the snake, those snakes weigh a lot, and I am super impressed with you, Britney Spears. I always love you, but I was impressed with you there as well. I also met two goats. One goat's name was Mercury, after Freddie Mercury, and one goat's name was Bowie, after David Bowie, and I was like, did you know that I named my cars Bowie and Freddie? And now we have George. For Boy George and George Michael, it was a double name. Elton was my first ever car. I had Elton, then we had Bowie, then I have Freddie right now, And then we added on a second car, and his name is George. I have a system, you know, I know what I like. So the zoo was a lot of fun, and we got to see the pygmy hippo. Oh, so cute. Here's another picture. That's the pygmy hippo. Yeah. My little pygmy hippo is crying in the background, so if you can hear a dog, the tears of a dog, it's Layla Grace being dramatic in the other room. She was very sad that she did not get to go to the zoo. And then on Saturday, we went to the Adios with my family, and that was a lot of fun too. We had a really good day. I had a terrible, terrible migraine, and it was like affecting my vision, and it was making me a real asshole, but my family loved me even when I'm a real asshole, so it turned out okay. But my dad kept like disappearing every couple of races and then showing up with snacks, and it was like the best thing ever. It was like a chef's tasting menu of like delicious bad for you bar food. So like he disappeared and came back with a soft pretzel. Then a couple races later, he disappeared and came back with mozzarella sticks. And then he disappeared and came back with nachos, and the nachos had like onions and tomatoes and peppers and cheese. It was just so good. It was like queso, like white cheddar or white queso, whatever that stuff is, white cheese. That's like really good and not like stadium cheese, you know? It was just really fun. It was a good day. So the weekend was good, and then I had to work yesterday and that sucked, but then I did a nice 5-mile run. And I did my 10-mile run on Friday because I was busy all day Saturday, so. I'm trying to figure out, I work a lot. I'm gonna be working a lot in the near future, and I'm trying to figure out how to put these things into my planner. So this morning before work, I got up and I did some stuff before work, and I guess I could put them, oh, actually, look, these are like little 3, and I did 3 things this morning. I did laundry, dishwasher, print, planner stuff. See, I did 3 things before work, and then I worked 9 to 6. So if everything goes according to plan, I should become the manager of the store where I work today. I don't know when that will happen, but it should be sometime this month. So I worked 9 to 6, and it was actually not a bad day. And that like reinforced my thoughts and feelings that maybe this is the right decision. I was hesitant to take a manager position because I had done it for 6 years when I first got licensed, and it started to get more and more stressful every day, or every year rather. And I just was like, do I really want to keep doing this? And I had really enjoyed what we call floating, which means that you don't have a set store and you fill in for sick calls, maternity leaves, people who switch stores, move around, vacations, all of that. And I really loved that for a long time, and now it's gotten a little bit less predictable. We were getting our schedules every other Friday. Now we're getting them kind of sporadically. It was getting really hard for a planner girl to plan her life. So when this position opened up, it's a pretty sweet deal, and I was like, I think I would be foolish to not try for it. So I did. So I am pretty sure that it's going to be me. All signs point to it's just a matter of time before my boss moves me into there officially. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but that's what he told me, and that's what my scheduler told me. So we'll see. Oh, this doesn't take up the whole box. Oh no. Oh dear. I still want to use it. I have therapy in the morning. Therapy. 9 a.m. And then I do have to work. I picked up a shift. My whole work schedule got switched around this week because my partner at this store went on maternity leave. She was supposed to go August 1st, and she had her baby a week early. So I'm picking up a shift for her, and so I swapped. I was supposed to be off on Tuesday and work on Wednesday, and I switched. If you can hear the sounds of a dog loudly chewing a bone in the background, that's Layla Grace's life right now. Tomorrow night, I have to run after. I just think it's gonna be too much trouble. My therapist's office is about half an hour away from my house, and my house is half an hour away from work. So I'm gonna be done at 10, and I feel like it's too much to try to get out there by 12 and fit anything else in. So I do have to run tomorrow, but I think I'm just gonna wait until after work. So that's like one of the beautiful things about this store, is that I will be done at 6 every day, which if you are in retail of any sort, but retail pharmacy for sure, being done with your day at 6 is like the heavens will open up and sing for you, because that never fucking happens. Usually, for years, I used to work until 10 p.m. and then in 2015, they cut us all back to 9 p.m. except for when I have overnights, of course. And even that is like, sometimes you don't have dinner until after 10. So this will be like really wonderful. And like I said, it's about half an hour away, depending, give or take a little bit, depending on traffic. So I should be home most nights by 6:30 or 7 at the latest. And so that's really great, especially in the summertime, because I can do my run after work. So that's what I'm doing. I don't know about dinner. Husband's having a really stressful week at work, so he might be staying late sometime, and I don't know if we're gonna be in the mood to cook. So we'll see. I'm gonna leave you're gonna see most of the evening this week I'm gonna kind of leave open, because I'm just trying to figure stuff out. So Wednesday is my day off. As I said, I switched and picked up the shift tomorrow instead. So I'm gonna put a to-do list on here. I am gonna talk about habit trackers again too, because I did really well with my habits last week. I don't think I updated them. I've been a little short on time, even though I've been like doing well. Like I've been keeping the house in much better order, which was my goal. I've been doing much better with that, but I haven't been writing my stuff down as much as I want to be. And so maybe that will be an August thing that I work on. So I have for sure stuff to do around the house. I'll have to do more laundry, because this is the house of a runner. Laundry never ends. And then I want to do some more decluttering and some more photo edits. And then probably something else, but I don't know what. Then I am lifting with my girlfriends that afternoon at 1:30. Oh, I almost put that upside down. Oh, jeez. Hot cheese. Oh, God. There we go. There we go. Lift it. And then that night, I am meeting some of my run family. Last year, it was mostly girls most of the time, but occasionally our friend Dawn would show up. But it was Wednesday night runs, and it was a blast. Like, we would meet at like 6:30 at night. As the summer started to wind down, by the time we were done, it was starting to be like that golden hour, sunset-y kind of thing. And like, after we finished our run, we'd run like 4 to 6 miles, depending. And at the end of it, we would all like just sit on the ground and stretch, but actually we were just like bullshitting and hanging out with our friends and like also stretching. We did stretch. That's probably the most stretching we runners do, but it was so much fun. We meet at this place called the Pump House, which you can't read that because sometimes it's hard to write when you're on the coil here. That's the only thing that tempts me about the binders, is that you don't have this coil on your hand here. But I like the permanence of the coil as opposed to the binder. So anyway, I cherished these Wednesday night runs last year. Last summer, it was just like wonderful. I've been missing them so much. We've all been kind of on different training schedules and training for different races and things. So we all finally are together, and there's going to be a group of, not all of us, my running partner, best running partner ever, can't make it that night, unfortunately. So all but my best running partner ever will be there. And it'll be just nice to get back together with everybody and have a nice run. And then it's cheese night, and I don't know where I put my fucking sticker for that, but that's my reward at the end of this, because this is a very important day in our house, because this is our 10-year anniversary of being in this house. Yes, I am old enough to have been a homeowner. As of Wednesday, I was gonna put cheese night, but I lost lettering chicken, so I'm just gonna put 3 exclamation points instead. But yeah, as of Wednesday, we will have been homeowners for 10 years. 2009, July 31st, we bought this house. I cannot even begin to believe it. There are so many dog noises going on behind me, I'm sorry. Okay, so we're gonna celebrate with cheese night, and I figured a day that I'm lifting and then running, that's a pretty good night for it. Thursday, I am back at work. Same store again. This is gonna be my forever store soon. Not yet, but soon. Hi. What do you want? You're so cute. Oh. Layla Grace. Ladies and gentlemen, Layla Grace. So I work 9 to 6. First of the month, it's gonna be busy. But normally I only have one tech at this store. She is super tech. She's the best. But on the first of the month, these 2 days, I'm not there Friday, but the person who's there Friday, we'll have 2 techs both days, so that's pretty nice. Then I don't know what's going on the rest of the day. There's nothing going on. I don't know. I have not been to spin class because I let my classes expire. So you buy classes in packs because it's cheaper that way. So I always wait for a sale, and usually there's a good Black Friday sale. And my Black Friday classes expired, and there were a lot that I didn't use, and I was like, oh my God, a little horrified, but it just hasn't been happening. I've been having a hard time getting up in the mornings. Normally I get up at 4:30 and go to the 5 a.m. class or 5:30 a.m. class, and I just have been really, this month, okay, if I make it to see midnight on Wednesday night, if I make it there, I'm gonna probably celebrate so hard. You're not even gonna know. You're not even gonna recognize me. I'm gonna be celebrating so hard. So yeah, it's July 2019 has been one of the top 2 worst months that I can think of. Yeah, really it has. But you know what? It's almost done and things are getting better. Look, I'm not even being like sad tonight. I am doing better. I am getting through the day. So Friday. Layla, could you, are you good? Long pause there because my dog is itchy, I guess, and very loud. Friday, I don't know what the hell's going on after work. I work 9 to 2 at the store that I was at last week that is so stressful that made me just eat my feelings and emotions, but it's probably, hopefully, the last shift that I have to work there. So I'm done at 2, and I don't know what I'm doing the rest of the day, so I'm not even filling that in. And then Saturday is long run, and I'm out of long run stickers. So here's the real talk. The real reason I want this store is because I want to get a planner for that store to keep all my thoughts organized. So I'm going to get a new planner once I get my official start date at the store. I'm going to get a new planner, and I need to reorder stickers, and I figured I'd wait because it'll save on shipping to get them all at once. So that's why I have no long run, but this will be my long run. So I'm just gonna put it in here. I am planning on doing 14 miles. And then the rest of the day is full of unknown. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I could do whatever I want because it's a Saturday and I'm not working. So, yeah. Sunday I have to work. I will run in the morning or in the evening. I will run at some point, but I don't know when. And I work 10 to 6. I don't work Wednesday or Saturday, but every other day I work. And it's hard when I only have one day in a row. Like if I had Thursday and Friday or Friday and Saturday off instead of 2 days separated from each other, it's much easier for me to balance all the things that I need to do and manage my time. But when I get one day off at a time in a long string, it really activates my stressors quite a bit. Because you feel like you have to cram everything into one day. Now I have really been doing better about like keeping up with the house and everything, and like keeping on top of the fridge and food and all that stuff. So really it's been going better, but nonetheless, just having the one day off like that stresses me out. So I have also been, I just wanted to mention, when I was printing out my sheets while I was running my silhouette, I was finishing this book. I really recommend this. I got it for my reading challenge that I do. I do the Pop Sugar reading challenge every year, and it was the prompt. They give you 40 prompts, and then you can pick whatever you want that fits those prompts, and people will give suggestions for them on the Goodreads group. If you're not on Goodreads and you like books, you should really be on Goodreads. It's really a great site. It's like Facebook for book nerds. But I just read this. I started reading it Saturday, and I finished it tonight while I was printing out and silhouetting my planner kit here because I could not fucking put it down because it was like earnest and heartfelt and also suspenseful and sad and wonderful. And it's told in the perspective of an imaginary friend who has a little boy who is his imaginer friend. And I just fucking loved it, and I really recommend it. And I like don't tear through books that quickly all the time, and I really did, and so I recommend that. It was sitting next to me, and I thought, you know what, I should mention that. So that's another thing that I did with my time this weekend. I like sat down and would not put that book away for a while. So Sunday night after work, I don't know what I'm doing. There is a, oh, I should add that this run is just a shakeout. I don't know how many, it'll depend on if I'm running with people or by myself or what. So that will be filled in at a later date. But Sunday night, there's a group run by a woman who has a shop called Wear, Wag, Repeat. She has 2 dogs, Bert and Lucy. They're both chocolate labs and they're freaking adorable. And she does these dog mom events. And that's where I went to the pack walk with Layla Grace a month ago or so. They had another one yesterday, but I was working and couldn't go to it. But they're doing dog mom concerts and dog mom movie nights. And I think Sunday is a dog mom concert, so she reached out to me on Instagram and was like, are you and Layla going to come to it? So it's at 6:30. I don't know if we're gonna go or not, because the concert starts at 7:30, but the meetup starts at 6:30, and I don't know if I'll be able to, if I'll have the energy for it after work, but we'll see. So I'm keeping that in mind, but I'm not gonna fill it in because I don't know what's gonna happen. And then I did mention that I wanted to do my habit trackers. One thing I want to do, August 1st will start my new set of Power Sheets habits, and I will definitely make sure that in my video next Sunday I talk about that. This is another kit. I didn't have, this one didn't really have habit trackers on it. It had like to-do list check boxes, and it had like these little things, but it didn't have the actual habit trackers with the daily checkoffs. So I used, this is a different kit that I had some leftover stuff. Haha, here it is. This is the one I wanted. The sticker that says this week. So last week, if you remember, I talked about no dishes in the sink, which I did. And then I did my pre-work prep. So like getting my lunch stuff ready, getting my clothes ready. And I actually did that every night. I didn't leave any dirty dishes in the sink any single night. It was always put away. And then also I did every night that I worked, set out my stuff and it was ready ahead of time. And I'm like super proud of myself. So this week, what I want to do is I want to do one declutter thing a day. Doesn't have to be big, just one thing. So this is gonna be called Daily Declutter. And this was left over from a kit that I did a while back that had like butterflies and it was really pretty. So I have that. And then I'm just reusing all these things. This is what you can do here. I'm gonna use this one for the daily declutter because I can write down what I did for each day. And then for the, I'm gonna just use these where I can just do a check for the no dishes in the sink. And then I know pink doesn't really match with the rest of this kit, but this is from a Winnie the Pooh kit. This is a shop called Keytown, and if you are like into nerdy things, there's also a really cute World of Warcraft kit that I got from here. This is Winnie the Pooh. They have an Addams Family one that I'm like obsessed with and I definitely want to get for this October. Bunch of other like nerdy fandom things. That's their specialty at this shop, and I recommend checking them out for sure. The ones that I'm using here, this is from Simple Planner Designs. I did do a video about that, about the kit that I used for that. So this is just leftover stuff that I'm using. I'm trying to be diligent about using leftover things, so it's not always easy. So then that's no dishes in the sink, and then this one is gonna be daily work. That's getting my lunch ready and getting my clothes ready for the next day. So I believe that's everything that I have to add. It really does, I forget to do the habit trackers a lot of times, but I feel like it does really help me to have them there. So I'm glad that I did that. It feels kind of weird to have this like big open spaces the whole rest of the week, but I really don't know what we're doing in the evenings. Because I'm working so much and because husband's job is really ramping up this week with a big push that they're doing, I don't want to put anything there and then we get to that day and then I don't do it. And I also am having trouble processing what I would want to do with those days because I feel like I have so much on my plate right now. So between work and running. Work and running. I do love running. Work, it's fine. So anyway, that's where we are. Please subscribe if you have not and you would like to see more videos like this. Leave any comments about things that you like to do in your habit trackers or things that you're hoping to make into a habit by habit tracking them. And I will see you all next week. I hope everybody has a great one.